People deluded. I hope you're all doing safe and you're all in good spirits this morning. Couple of days ago, Arsenal's under 18s defeated Leicester away from home 5-0, and I believe technically they're top of the league in their respective league. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's 48 points. And that being said, it's very close between the top 3-4 teams. Apologies for the noise. I'm only saying that. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear my neighbours doing some pipe work. It's actually throwing me off. But yeah, our first team can't be top of the league and have no chance of doing that. At least the under 18s are giving people like me something to look forward to, because I love watching our young players. Obviously, I want them all to progress into first team level, if not have good careers, which I think they will do, because if you look at over the last couple of years or so, we've got a good crop of players at under 23 to under 18s. Difficult for them all to make it, but I do think they're going to have good careers. Obviously, it's nice to see Tyreece John-Jules back with a bang. First half hat-trick of sorts. Yeah, man, he's a very good footballer. Going into the game, what more is there to say? We want to win these. We want to win the league. I assume the under 18s do, so they've got to win these sort of games. It was a strong sort of lineup. Tyreece John-Jules is working his way back to full fitness after the hamstring knock, so he got some minutes, because he's such as his progress. People forget he's still technically eligible to play for another season at under 18s level. He started, as did Trey Coyle, another one that's been playing for the under 23s. Balogun is looking to push in there, fresh from signing his new contract, was there. Greenwood was played on the flanks. Vontae Daly-Campbell returned. It was quite a strong team and things like that. Leicester, they've got ballers. You lot know I like Tyrell Pennant, and he put in a good performance in that game. I feel their number 9 did as well, and their number 10. But we were all over them, man. From literally the first minute, we were all over them. I don't feel our boys got out of first gear. Don't feel they had to. We were all over them. I liked the passing. I liked the intent. Every one of our players, from the keeper, who was involved in one of the goals, if I remember, I'm pretty sure for Balogun's goal, it was about 5 passes. We cut them open. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But like I said, man, there was a spring in our step. It was lovely forward thinking. Every time our players were getting the ball, Cotterill and Smith, they're trying to find our players. Tyreece John-Jules is making some excellent runs and getting involved. Our fullbacks are doing their thing. It was a good game, man. We were rarely troubled. I think Leicester, occasionally they broke, but they didn't really trouble us. Literally from the first minute, we're at it. We get a penalty very early in the game. I believe third minute or so. Someone fed through Balogun. Balogun's brought down, and then I believe their number 2 got a red card. And I didn't think it was a red, you know. I think, if I remember correctly, he was the last man and things like that. But I thought a red was a bit harsh on the other team, and it's kind of put them in it, because I feel even with 11 men, obviously at this point the game's only 3 minutes old, but I feel we were all over them, and you could tell that it felt from the first minute it's a case of when, not if, we're going to score a couple of goals here. It was 5-0, possibly it could have been 10 with the amount of half chances, to be honest with you. We get a penalty, Balogun's brought down, Tyree steps up, he puts it through the middle. I wouldn't say he sent the keeper the wrong way, but it's a convincing penalty. It's 1-0 at this moment in time. They're down to 10 men. You're looking at our boys like, alright, cool, let's build upon this. They're going to have to sit back, they're going to have to tweak their formation. They're going to have to be a bit smarter with getting men forward. All of that means they're going to sit, try and remain rigid and things like that. And most sides in the Premier League can't do that for sustained periods, and these are young lads still trying to learn. So for us, that's a good little way for us to score more. I'm liking the balls again. I have to say how Ben Cotterill, I've really been impressed by him. I've seen him play on the flanks. I've seen him play in the 10. I've seen him play as an 8. I've seen him play as a fullback, and he does his thing. It's difficult to say if he'll make it here, but he's doing his thing. He's threading through lovely passes. Smith is involved. Like I already said, Tyreece is dropping deep and things and getting involved here and there. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was 4-4-2, because I think Trey Coyle and Sam Greenwood were on the left and right respectively. And I wouldn't call it a criticism, because they were both involved, especially when Greenwood was coming off the flanks. But I did feel personally that we could see a bit more from them, because they've got it. You lot know I'm a big fan of Greenwood and Coyle. They had joy when they're coming inside and linking up and doing 1-2s, but I was thinking, they're down to 10 men, lads. Go inside. Obviously, if their manager's telling them to do something, he's telling them to do something. But I'm thinking, come inside. Let Vontae Daly-Campbell and our left back have all the freedom to do all of that, because they're not going to break. That being said, like I said, Tyrell Pennant, whenever he's getting forward, is doing decent things in my humble opinion. We're moving the ball quicker and we're having half chances. Balogun half chance. I think Greenwood had an effort where he danced past a couple of players and lost his footing. Tyreece as well couldn't fashion some effort. So like I said, it's a case of when, not if, in it. It just comes down to our quality of finishing. 11th minute, I felt Balogun should have scored. We caught their centre halves trying to play out from the back and nothing came to avail. We were actually catching them a lot in terms of how they were trying to play out from the back, and they looked nervous even with 11 men, in my opinion. opinion. So yeah, you're thinking we're still in first gear, we're gonna win this, and I don't feel it's a game where we need to be at our best. It sounds bad to say that, people, but shortly after 13-14 minutes in, Tyreece John-Jules scores again. It's a lovely ball. I think Matt Smith played him in it, or it could have been Cotterill, and they were both sick. But what impressed me more than his actual goal, it was lovely to see the fake shot. I mean, he's probably perfected that over hours playing in his local cage when he was coming up. But before we talk about that goal, it's the ball, man. I mean, not the ball, it's the run he makes. There's one thing I like about Tyreece John-Jules is many young players, young strikers, they're not calculated. Tyreece's movement is very good. He's an experienced player in that sense. He checks in deep, and then he checks in deep. Centre halves have no clue where he is. Obviously, his teammates can find him, and then he makes that darting run, and he's onside. He's onside. It's a lovely ball. He's essentially put through. And yeah, man, he does the fake shot thing. It looks all fancy and stuff, and it is a good finish. It's 2 goals for the man trying to work his way back to full fitness. It's 2-0 at this point in time. Like, what really and truly, yeah, man, the game, I wouldn't say it's we've put the game in out of sight of sorts, or whatever the phrase is, but we're getting some breathing space, and you can see Leicester's heads dropping. The ball over the top is working. Like I said, the ball over the top for Balogun when Balogun was brought down for the penalty in the first couple of minutes. A ball, well, not exactly over the top, but a ball into space for Tyreece John-Jules. That ball, whether it's over the top or just in behind in some capacity for that back 4-5, including the Leicester keeper, is giving them a lot of issues. Me personally, when we made it 3-0, whenever it was, I think shortly before it, Greenwood lost his footing again. I don't know what's up with the footing there, but he lost his footing, and there was a couple of half chances. The third goal was my favourite personally. I enjoyed Tyreece's goal as well with the fake shot, but I liked the third goal purely because there's about 5 passes. It starts with our keeper, it then goes so on and so forth. Then the killer ball's put through to Balogun. Balogun, you don't need to. He's a hot striker, and he's fresh off signing his new deal, confidence boost. You don't need to give Balogun too many chances. And if I'm honest, he had a couple of half chances. You probably thought he'd be on the score sheet already. Finds the far corner, is 3-0. The game's put to bed, essentially. And we're enjoying ourselves. Like you can see, our players are playing with a smile. You can tell our players are enjoying it. Everybody wants the ball. Everybody's coming to it. Everybody's making good runs. And it was really nice to see, man. I really enjoyed the patient build-ups from our team consistently. I liked how we smelt blood and we never stopped going. Don't get me wrong, I feel Leicester didn't help themselves, because I don't feel from the first minute they were quite at it. But Arsenal's players in relation to this game, that's not on them, innit? We've done good. It's 3-0 at this point. We're enjoying ourselves. I can't see a way of Leicester even scoring a goal. Occasionally they're breaking forward, but they're outnumbered essentially, and we're dealing with it. I can't remember his name, but the left winger, he was earlier on in the game, he was trying to get in behind Vontae Daly-Campbell, but he patterned that up and stuff like that. Can't understand why Vontae Daly-Campbell doesn't have a pro. He's going to make a decent right back for whatever club he signs for in the summer if we do not keep him, in my opinion. But yeah, it's 3-0 at this moment in time. Like, I can't really ask for more. And to be honest, it's looking like we're going into the break at 3-0 essentially. 44th minute, literally just before half time. I cannot even remember the initial move. I just remember Balogun dancing through several players. You could see him trying to fashion some space to get the shot off. Isn't quite there. Ball eventually falls to Tyreece John-Jules. I think it's technically Balogun's assist. Tyreece John-Jules, hungry for goals, who's already got 2. That's the hat-trick. He finds the goal, he finds the net. It's 4-0. And even more salt rubbed into Leicester's wounds, man. And like I said, I thought it was going into the break at 3-0. And to be honest, it's a comfy lead, but we could have scored 10, maybe even 20 in this game. It's 4-0. The game's put to bed. One of the best performances I've seen from our lads this season in terms of just getting the job done, essentially. It's away from home as well, so they've travelled from London. They've done their thing, man, and it was a joy to watch, man. Second half, we're going through the motions a bit. I feel Leicester's were killed off, really and truly. We had a shout. I did think in the 52nd, 53rd minute, we had a good shout for a penalty, in my opinion. Even without that, I think Balogun was brought down again, and Tyreece was brought down, and we didn't get a penalty. But we're going through the motions in the second half, really and truly. We're enjoying ourselves. Majority of the game, like in the first half, it's in their 6-yard box essentially. It's in their half, better yet. We're getting forward. We're putting nice passes together, but it's just not coming off. Naturally we've taken our foot off the gas as we get tired, as we get a tiny bit complacent. Like I said, Leicester, the longer the game went on, they look resigned to that. It is what it is. We can't even get a consolation thing at this moment in time. And then yeah, man, like, going through the motions and not really anything to speak about past that. Obviously, it was nice to see Coyle get his goal as well. That was a lovely move as well. And that whole move that led to the 5th goal to make it 5-0, it started from a corner. And then there was quite a few players involved, man. It was a lovely move from the corner flag down to the byline. Eventually, it fell to Coyle in the area, and he smashes it home, and it's 5-0. And what can I say? Like, it's a fantastic result. We've won convincingly. We're top of the league. Tyreece John-Jules gets a hat-trick. That's nice for his confidence. He's just come back from his injury and he's doing what he can, and hopefully I hope he's involved on Thursday in regards to the Europa League, to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't expect him to start, but I love him to be on the bench, involved in some capacity, really and truly. I know Eddie Nketiah probably complicates that matters. I'm not saying to drop Nketiah either, but it'll be nice for them young lads, man. Nice to see. Obviously, you don't know I'm a fan of Vontae. He had a decent game. Cotterill and Smith in the midfield, in the engine room, terrific game for me. Everybody, even Greenwood and Coyle doing shifts on the flanks. Everybody, Balogun, everybody, man to a man. Spotless performance, man. The centre-halves, because I'm not hailing up the centre-halves enough. They were good with their ball playing. They were picking out passes. They were good with the patient build-up. Literally, man to a man, all 11 players. I applaud them, man, and it was a good game. And like I said, we've got a good bunch of players, man, and it's scary because technically John-Jules is doing his thing at under 23 levels, but he was eligible to just play the whole season at second-year scholar under 18's level. The same goes for Coyle, the same goes for Amici to a degree, the same goes for quite a few of our players, and the potential at this club is scary. Of course, not everybody is going to make it, but I honestly believe it's tough to even, as much as I love these players, to even picture one in the first team because of the many politics. But I honestly believe that there's a good 5-6 of them that, if given chances, they can progress to a very high level. And if the ones that I'm not including, I believe everybody in that squad can play football to a decent level and earn a decent living. It is difficult to make it at any top 6 club for a variety of reasons, but they're definitely a good bunch of players, man. Not just the under 18s, collectively 23 levels. I think we're producing some good players that I haven't seen in the last probably 5-6 years, because there was a little mini drought at Arsenal, if I'm completely honest with you, and it's nice to see the academy like this, man. What can I say, man? 5-0, we did our thing, we played some lovely football. Like I said, there's really not much more for me to say. The opposition didn't have a sniff, essentially. So yeah, we moved forward. Don't know who they got next, but I'll be there to talk about it and things like that. Under 18s, not under 18s, under 23s, I believe are playing next Monday. Forgive me if I'm wrong when it's the Sunday, but yeah, man. Hopefully Arsenal's first team can reverse their Europa League result and things like that. And in a season that's longer at first team level, at least the under 18s give me some pleasure in watching my club. Anyways, people, deluded, I'm out, man. Comment, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish, but I'm out though.